In an unassuming corner of the internet, a YouTube channel called Earth Saves Science Collaborative is warning the world of imminent catastrophe.
This matter is of utmost significance for the survival of every living being on this planet.
Its host, a man in a suit named Egon Cholakian, sits before a camera for anywhere between 30 minutes and 3.5 hours, warning about nanoplastics, disinformation, and geophysical anomalies inside the Earth's core. According to Egon, humanity has only a few years left before an impending catastrophe. An unknown cosmic force is accelerating the planet's rotation, and only global unity can stop it. It reads like conspiracy theory, urgent language, distorted science, a man who presents himself as deeply embedded in academia and government, banking on the hope that no one checks his claims. It would be easy to scroll past, except for one thing people online kept noticing: his hands. In every video, Egon Cholakian does not move his hands. That single strange observation is what turned a random YouTube channel into one of the deepest rabbit holes on the internet. The mystery started spreading after a Reddit post. People began digging into who Egon Cholakian actually was. His online footprint is extensive: LinkedIn, Facebook, research archives, and photos with major figures in government and academia. His resume claims degrees from Harvard, MIT, and Stanford, somehow attended simultaneously. A direct search for his actual research turns up almost nothing.
I try to Google around getting information about this guy. He's got a very unique name. He's got very strong credentials, but I can't actually find good information about, who it is.
No peer-reviewed papers, no citations, nothing outside his own self-published articles, his own YouTube channel, and photos of himself with famous people. And those photos, on closer inspection, look off. He appears next to former CIA Director Stansfield Turner and a Harvard colleague named Robert Merton, but the lighting, proportions, and blending all have the uncanny, slightly wrong quality of AI-generated composites. Combined with his inhuman stillness on camera and a nonsensical professional timeline, it raised a genuine question circulating online. Is Egon Cholakian even a real person, or is this one of the most elaborate, dead internet AI personas ever built? Then, deeper into the investigation, a pandemic-era Zoom call surfaces. Egon, relaxed, chatting casually, moving normally. He is a real person, just an older man who, for reasons still unclear.
Hey there, Egon.
How you doing?
Well, how about yourself?
Just peachy. I figured I'd step in early and just hang my hat.
Awesome. Fabulous. We have some people that are just kind of hanging out here. The judges are deliberating. The pitches took a little bit less time than we had planned for, since we had...
Give me a profile. Your hair is done differently. Let me see.
Sits unnervingly still in his solo videos and has dramatically embellished his credentials and photos to seem more legitimate than he is. It would be a tidy resolution to a strange story, except his comment sections held one more clue. The same handful of accounts appearing again and again, all pushing something else, an organization called the Creative Society.
representatives of the Creative Society delivered a substantive presentation addressing one of the most pressing issues that has long been the subject of my research and concern for many years. These findings captured my personal attention, and I began my collaboration with the Creative Society.
The Creative Society brands itself as a global movement, volunteers in over 180 countries uniting to transition humanity, legally and peacefully, into a new, creative format of society. Its messaging is a near-exact rehash of Egon's talking points: nanoplastics, catastrophic earthquakes, atmospheric turbulence, cosmic, not human, causes of climate change. Its promises are utopian to the point of absurdity. Universal basic income for every adult, $100,000 per newborn child, free healthcare worldwide, unrestricted travel, and the elimination of all debt, mortgages, and taxes if the world simply unites under their banner. It has the aesthetic of a well-funded NGO, polished reports, expert-looking speakers, an Illuminati-esque logo, and 8 core pillars of belief. It has also been showing up physically at climate expos, business conventions, and medical offices, spreading through an aggressive, coordinated social media presence. A 2022 BBC investigation by reporters Marco Silva and Marilyn Thomas found the group fraudulent. Legitimate scientists invited to speak at Creative Society events had their footage deceptively edited to cut out any mention of human-caused climate change, making it look like they endorsed the group's cosmic forces narrative instead. Those doctored clips have been circulating on their channels ever since, pulling in more followers. The Creative Society claims to have no single leader or funder, just a decentralized network of volunteers. The BBC's reporting says otherwise. One man appears constantly across their conferences, YouTube intros, and 200+ affiliated channels. Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, a former chiropractor, now leader of the Creative Society, and the head of a separate Ukrainian spiritual movement called Allatra, which is known for promoting pseudoscience, alien conspiracy theories, and claims about secretive elites who sacrifice children. That name, Allatra, turns out to be the actual center of everything. Allatra is the organization actually funding and directing the Creative Society, paying Egon Cholakian to lobby around the US government, and running the sprawling web of interconnected accounts spreading all of this content. Its stated beliefs go far beyond climate activism. Allatra videos claim humans are capable of telepathy, and the group has run experiments in a purpose-built pyramid where volunteers try to transmit symbols with their minds. Their content includes claims about photographing thoughts, the soul originating in space, and aliens who have secretly elevated themselves to the rank of God. Their public-facing website mentions none of this. Instead, there's a lengthy section devoted to a supposed defamation campaign by the Russian Association of Centers for Religious and Sect Studies, RACES, who labeled them a cult, a claim Allatra vehemently denies. They insist at length that they are not a cult. Digging into their origins, Allatra began as a publishing house releasing spiritual novels by an author named Anastasia Novich, starting in 2003. The books feature a prophet-like figure named Rigdan Japo, reincarnated, telepathic, able to teleport, essentially their version of a messiah, relaying the word of a god called Allat. In his earthly form, in the very first book, Japo is introduced as a martial arts instructor known to his students as sensei, and referred to directly, more than once, by the name Igor Mikhailovich. The fiction and the reality are the same man. Igor Danilov has spent 2 decades convincing followers that the character in these novels is him, a warped, twisted claim to being a literal prophet used to control people from behind the scenes. Danilov and other members regularly engaged in coerced group sex, involving as many as 13 women at a time, ranging from their 20s to 40s, framed as spiritual cleansing. Women who resisted were told they were siding with Satan and damning their souls, a form of psychological manipulation designed to keep them silent and compliant. As these accounts spread, scrutiny intensified. In 2023, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church reportedly labeled Allatra a psycho cult, and Russia separately declared their activities undesirable. That August, Ukrainian authorities raided more than 20 Allatra cells across the country. Danilov himself was never found, but inside one compound, investigators discovered weapons, religious texts, and shrines to Vladimir Putin alongside Trump merchandise. That discovery reframes the entire operation. This is why Allatra runs country-specific accounts everywhere, pays Egon Cholakian to network with US officials, and has built new channels aimed at American audiences. They are actively trying to gain political influence, and it's working. Robbie Wells, a former football coach and US presidential candidate, has been tied to Allatra and the Creative Society since 2019, running on their universal basic income messaging and echoing pro-Putin talking points. Pastor Mark Burns, a Trump-affiliated figure, has repeatedly promoted Allatra's cause across his platforms. The group even claims and prominently advertises a papal blessing. None of this has drawn much scrutiny outside a small group of people following the trail from Egon Cholakian downward. Jakob Jarl. He is a journalist and cult investigation YouTuber who has also spent years doing humanitarian work in Moshi, Tanzania. Search his name, and you'll find dozens of professionally produced documentaries accusing him of using his charity work as cover to abuse children.
In June, the independent documentary The Victims of Jakub Jarl in Africa premiered. It brought together testimonies from survivors, former colleagues, and local witnesses, revealing allegations against the Czech citizen Jakub Jarl, who, according to testimonies, abused orphans and homeless children in Tanzania.
Titles like Satanist in Africa and Why is Jakob Jarl Still Free? Complete with on-the-ground interviews and local witnesses, they look like real journalism. The claims have spread across TikTok by the hundreds.
Jakub Jarl raised thousands of euros, claiming it was to help children in Tanzania, and then he used this money to brutally abuse them. Rapes, beatings, and forced drug injections. This is what those children see in their head when they hear the name Jakub Jarl.
They're fabricated. In 2023, Jakob was one of several Czech journalists working to expose Allatra's activities, and he helped locate one of Danilov's hideouts. In retaliation, Allatra appears to have engineered a coordinated smear campaign to destroy his credibility. The same network of accounts seen throughout this investigation reappears, pushing the anti-Jules narrative. It worked well enough that the Czech government opened an investigation into him. It took years before he was fully exonerated, at real personal cost. Even now, a search for his name mostly surfaces the smear content. The cruelest twist, Jakob says Allatra has since returned to Tanzania, sending volunteers to the same orphanages he helped support for years, recruiting the children he cared for into the organization, specifically because they know he can no longer safely visit or protect them. He calls it the one part of this ordeal he can't laugh off. What began as an offhand observation, a man who doesn't move his hands, unraveled into a fabricated persona, a fake climate movement, a utopian recruitment funnel, a cult built on a self-published prophecy, credible allegations of sustained sexual coercion, and an active campaign to gain political influence in multiple countries, including the United States. Igor Danilov remains at large. Reports suggest Allatra still holds dozens of women in the Heavenly Birds arrangement. Jakob Juul still can't return to the community he spent years supporting, and the accounts spreading all of this, the same handful of names, the same emotional language, the same claims about nanoplastics and cosmic catastrophe, are still active today. One layer removed from where this story started, a strange old man sitting perfectly still, warning the world it was about to end.